Welcome to Probe 101. It's Sam here from kitchengadgetsclub.com and the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets, how to use your probe, how easy it is, and how the probe is incorporated into your traditional roasts using your Ninja 15-in-1. So this is part of our Probe 101. And we just wanted to show you all about the probe, where it lives and where you put it. So first of all, you have your probe and it's in the outer section of your Ninja. And this is what the probe actually looks like. And this is what you take out, and then you plug this in each time you want to use the probe. And then what will happen is the Ninja Foodi will bring up the probe display when you then set in the time and temperature. So it's really easy to get out, and I'm just going to demonstrate for you now. So then you have to put that back in. This is what the probe looks like. It's got one end that goes into the side of your Ninja Foodi and then the other side that goes into the meat, so that you can get that perfect internal temperature. And then what happens is you've got a plug attachment over here that you just pull out, and that just goes to one side when you're using the probe. But make sure you plug it back in when you're done, because otherwise it'll keep telling you to remove the probe when you're cooking other food again, and it's easy to leave it in by accident and forget to put it back in. So then you want to plug the probe into the 15-in-1. And you just securely fasten it like that in there, like that. And then that is the end that then goes into the food. It is as simple as that. Just remember, from a food safety point of view, you always put it into the thickest part of the meat so that you're getting the best internal temperature. And this works the best with roasting meats. You can also do it with fish, but we just prefer to do it with your typical roast that you would normally do in the oven. And then what happens is it counts down, or counts up I should say, the temperature of the meat, and then you've set the perfect time and temp for that meat, and then it will beep and turn off when you hit the right temperature. So this is perfect for avoiding overcooking your meat. But we've found, compared to the time and temps we would normally set, it's just taking off about 2 minutes off the cook time. So if you're used to cooking using these gadgets, then you don't really need it because you kind of get used to it. But it's great if you want a certain level of doneness, especially for beef, you know, if you still want it pink and whatnot. So now Dom's going to show you how you actually insert it into the meat. And then, as you can see, it's now inserted into the pork, and you can start turning it on and setting your time and temperature. So, lid down. And then you need the middle section, so slide it over to the middle. And this is what they call the combi steam section, and you want to adjust it to steam roast. And then you're looking for a temperature of 180 Celsius, that's 360 Fahrenheit. If you hit the probe, it will do most of this for you. So you can pick manual or you can pick preset. We'll show you first what happens when you press preset. So then it gives you the options of the different meats. And you can flick it down, so obviously that's chicken, fish, lamb, pork. So now this is the pork setting. And then you just press start. And now it's preheating it ready for the pork. And then I'm just going to Dom's just going to press cancel, so that now you can see how it's done manually. So now if you press manual on steam roast, it will then automatically offer you a temperature. So this is the ideal internal temperature that you want. So you want 75, because we find it's slightly under with the probe. So 75 is perfect, then press start. And you've just set it for cooking with the probe for your pork, or you can do the same system for other meats that you want to do like that, and that's just how simple it is to set up the probe. When you first got a multi-cooker, it's so hard understanding the times and temps and getting the food spot on and cooked perfectly. That's why we've made for you the multi-cooker cooking guide. It features all the main functions of the multi-cooker, from dehydrate to grill to steam roast to steam air fry, pressure cooking, and of course simple everyday air frying. It's perfect for lots of different types of multi-cookers, from Instant Pot users to Ninja Foodi users, Ninja Speedy, air fryer. Even if you've got a flex straw, it's just perfect for so many of them. You'll find the link below in the description, and you can pre-order it now. And now let's get back to the video. So it's just started its count up now. So that means it's finished with its preheating, and it's always interesting what degree it starts on. Well, this is starting on 8 degrees, and as you know, look, 7 to 8, and it's got to climb all the way up to 75, so I can leave it to it now and come back to it when it beeps. And the temperature is now climbing. Look, we're already up to 29 degrees of the target temperature of 75. Oh, 30 now. 29 to 30, can't quite decide where it wants to be. So it's nice to see how it's coming along, and it's just a different way of cooking if we've not done the probe before. So we're just heading into the 50s now. So I'm waiting for it to hit 55, because that is an ideal temperature if you're going to add any extra ingredients on top, such as honey and mustard on your gammon, or maybe you're adding an apple sauce layer to some pork, or maybe some mint on top of some lamb. It's just that great moment to do that. So I'm just patiently waiting. You know, when you've got a time thing, you know exactly how long something's going to be, but when you're working off temperature like this, it's a bit strange. So we're nearly there, nearly at 55. I'm patiently waiting for it to hit 75. As you can see, we're on 74. We've been going 73, 74, and it keeps flicking between the two. So we can't be long now until we're done. And there you have it! We've beeped, we've hit it! And that's what it looks like when it finishes. It just goes to end, and then that sounds like an engine, doesn't it? Just kind of stops. And there you go. We're ready to pop open the lid. And that's what it's like if you've done it on the probe. And of course, don't forget when you're done, to pop that beauty back in, because you don't want to lose that, do we? So now we've cleaned the probe and it's ready to go back in its little home in the side of the 15-in-1. But the question is, can I get it back in? Because you have to get it in the little plastic container, and I think that's the hardest thing when you're first using it, is to do that. So first of all, I'm impressed with myself now. But can I do the rest of it, hey? So you wrap that around like that, I believe, and then you pop that back in like that. Oh wow, I did it! That's not bad, is it? And a disclaimer for you, that's just my second time doing it, so I don't think that's bad to say that I've put it back in. So now what you do is, on the side of the machine, using that as your release for when you're getting it back out again, you're just going to pop it back in. And then, as you can see, that's your gap for your probe. So when you're done with it, pop it back in like that, and you're sorted. So when you're done and dusted, don't forget to put your plug back in, and you can feel it clicking into place then. And then you need to put the rest of your probe back into its box and into the side of the Ninja. So I hope you enjoyed that video showing you how to set the probe, and it's all about getting it into the thickest part of whatever you're cooking, and we've found that it's about 5 degrees off as a rule. So don't set chicken for 70 Celsius hoping for 70 or above, because we've found that in places it's actually ended up as 65. So if you're aiming 5 degrees above, you're good. So 75 for chicken. But I've noticed that Ninja have actually already done this, so if you set manual, you have to do that, but on the preset they have chicken to 75, so they must already know that. But I think the biggest thing that people complain about in the Facebook groups is forgetting to put this back in. So when you've done with your probe, you take your probe out your food, take it from being attached, and then you put this back in. So this is like your plug not in use system. But what makes me laugh is to get one of these replaced. If you do lose one, it's like 20 quid. So make sure whatever you do, you don't lose this. And I'm sure, like me, you'll be the person that they go to cook the next day, you know, you've totally forgotten about it, and you've just left it on the side, and you're thinking it's asking you to put it back in, and you think, oh yeah, I forgot about that. You know, so keep an eye on this and make sure you look after it, because it's essential for when you're using the probe. And the probe is an easy way of cooking. And what I also like to do is I like to compare. I like to cook the food under the probe, set a timer on my Alexa, and actually see how long it takes. And when it's been done on the probe, we've found it's like 48 minutes for certain meats to ones that we would normally cook for 50. So we haven't actually been that far off what real life is actually like with the probe. So that is Probe 101, and don't forget to check out our recipes, because we've done on the probe whole chicken, pork with crackling, and we've also done the gammon like this as well. So it's a great way for learning it and getting used to it and seeing if you fancy cooking that way. Thanks so much for watching our YouTube video. It feels so amazing that you've stuck around to the end. And of course, that must mean that you like our videos. So why not also follow us on social media? You can find us at the Kitchen Gadgets Club on Facebook, and on Pinterest, TikTok, we're Kitchen Gadgets Club. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. And you can also find us at kitchengadgetsclub.com, where we have a membership that shares brand new kitchen gadget recipes every week. And we also have lots of great ideas, resources, tips and tricks. And we are an ovenless kitchen, so we teach you exclusively how to cook with kitchen gadgets. And a ciao for now.